Welcome back to the Frenchie's world. Yes, it's me, Frenchie, and I am back at it again with another video. A video for who? A video for you guys. Yes, my videos will always be for you guys. Yes, you guys, I am back. And thank you for tuning in. Yes, thank you. And you guys, I just wanted to say real quick, the conversation about feminism can get really hectic. Like, really, for real. Just gonna leave it as that. Just having a conversation about that nowadays. Yes. So, you guys, like there's so many different feminism, like trans-inclusive feminism, gender critical feminism, liberal feminism, radical feminism, intersexual feminism, and etc. The list goes on. I can't even tell you what other list there is, but if you really think about it, you can possibly know like what others are out there in the list. So this video that Vice had put out is called Anti and Pro-Feminist Debates, Abortions, Trans Rights, Yes, and hashtag MeToo. So you guys, I don't want to go through this video too long because I'm going to go where the trans part is at. The reason why is because the video is too long and I just want to go where I feel right to be at for this video. So yes, you guys, I might not agree to everything, but I might will agree to some things, but I'm going to the trans part and we're going to take it from there.
Talk about transgender issues. Should trans women be included in feminist conversations? How about in women's spaces?
Yes, they're women. What's the question?
Pearl,
Trans women are women.
Wait a minute. I'm going to stop it right there. It's crazy how she said trans women are women, and that's just it. There's nothing about it. There's nothing else to say. Like, first of all, yes, we are women, but we are more to that. There's more to it than just saying that. There's more to it. There's just more to it. You can't just sit there and say they're just women and just leave it as that. And what else? Nothing else to say. It's just simple as that. Like, yes, I get that. I do, but there's just more to it. There's more to it.
So I want to come at this from the position of an athlete. Oh, Jesus. So I play semi-pro basketball, semi-pro volleyball. So when it comes to like athletic spaces, I don't think that trans women should be allowed into athletic spaces because I don't think it's a fair. I think as female athletes, we work so incredibly hard for the little opportunity there is in women's sports.
Would this be a barrier?
There's no barrier. There's less opportunity in some industries.
That's what a barrier is.
There's less. It's not. No. It's based on the market. Okay.
Hold on, guys.
Okay, so again, we work very hard for the little opportunity there is in the space because we're not as entertaining as the men. Sorry, we're just not. And so it's like you're going to take the little opportunity that we're given. And the problem is, like, we can't compete. We can't. Like, I'm 6 foot. If I go up against a 6 foot guy and I play basketball with him, he's going to body me.
Okay. I don't agree with her with that. Because you got to remember what our structures, how we were born, and things like that. We can compete with men. But the simple fact that we are trans women, yes, we shouldn't be in a cis woman's category for the sex, gender, sport, or that side. There should be, this is my opinion, okay, you guys don't have to agree with me. This is my opinion. There should be a trans woman gender sports, like basketball, football, soccer, or whatever the case may be, and there should be trans men sports like basketball, football, baseball, soccer, all of that as well. So yes, I do believe it should be like that. Because it's cheating for a trans woman to play in a cis woman's space of athletic sports. But it's cheating because you got to remember our structure, our strength, like that doesn't go anywhere. We still have those as, as we were born as, then how we feel and think in our brain and see reality of things, because of the aspects of who we believe we are. Because you got to remember, we were born as a male. Yes, life can make mistakes and things in that aspects around a form.
Even if I have years more of training. And so it's like you're taking away the little opportunity that we're given and we all work so hard for, and you're just giving it back to biological guys. It's like this will be the end of women's sports.
Have you tried confidence?
Eli, hold on, Minnie.
Sorry,
Eli.
confidence can't make me bench with a guy.
Right, like, had you ever heard of confidence? He's not lying. Confidence, you have to bring those confidence in. Build that confidence. You're lowering yourself and you're pushing yourself away because you're allowing things to happen because you're not building confidence. That's like another example. You're just afraid to attack and achieve.
Benches.
I don't
Confidence can't
understand
make
why
me
you guys
6'7".
are so hostile. She's sharing her
And confidence
experience
can't make me
in a
6'7".
specific
No, she's
field.
sharing. And I'd have to go.
No, she's not. She's a woman who's had an experience.
It's always
You guys are so obsessed with your own experiences and your own existence, and yet when a woman is sitting here telling you, I feel as though this is unfair and this is compromising and the situation is not helping women, you guys are like, meh, meh, meh. But when you're like, I'm a black person that did this, 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 and this, then it's valid and fair and viable.
Eli, I want to give you the chance to respond.
So this is basically a joke of a talking point. Everyone has biological advantages in sports. How tall are you?
5'11" and a half. I'm tall.
I'm 5'8". I am a trans woman. You would crush me. You would absolutely crush
Bone
me.
density, wrist strength, muscle density, you can't switch those.
Yeah, exactly. You would crush me.
But also, Eli, you would never
Exactly.
play at the level that pro plays because you would never get there.
So let me give you a few more examples here too. So
Honestly, that is a lie. She said you will never be at the level of pro plays. That's not true. You definitely can get there. You definitely can get there. It is possible.
Michael Phelps produced more lactic acid in his body, which caused him to swim better than any of his competitors. This was widely celebrated, and nobody contested it. Now, this is a performance-enhancing hormone. So we all have different bodies. And now I'm not saying that trans women who aren't on hormones should participate, but there are, every major medical and every major sports organization agrees that trans women who have been on hormones for between 1 and 3 years, depending on the organization, have the same competitive abilities.
The study that you're referencing had like 7 people participated.
That's
It's
misinformation,
not-
by the
that
way.
is
I'm
not
referencing several different studies. I'm a trans woman and a researcher.
It's getting personal. I don't want it to be
A lot of us
personal.
live in this space where we're told that our
Sure.
opinions don't count because they're not the right kind of opinions, and we're constantly shouted over and talked over regardless of what we look like because there's one group in society that basically takes precedence, and it's frustrating. So yeah, of course, it's frustrating because when we try to talk about it, we get shouted down, we get told to be quiet, we get spoken down to as well. So
Okay,
there's hostility there for plenty of women.
Let's try to make this an opportunity to speak.
You're literally a white woman from Australia. You live in a bubble and you're pissed that voices that have been silenced forever finally can be heard.
That's why they have the voice, because they speak up.
Okay, we're having a conversation about.
Ooh, that is true. That is true. That is true what she said. They got a voice because they speak up. That is true. That is so true.
Transgender women participating in sports, and I wanted to allow more people to participate. Jordan, I wanted to hear from you.
So I am not a professional athlete. The closest thing I have ever done to anything athletic was I used to do competitive show choir when I was younger. And I don't feel really qualified to make carte blanche statements about whether or not trans women should compete in every kind of sport. And I understand that that is kind of, that's a hard pill to swallow. And for me, my first inclination is to approach everything through a lens of inclusivity. But at the same time, I also can't speak accurately to every kind of sport and the different things that go into it. So I really think in these instances, the decisions are best left up to the professional governing bodies that dictate these particular sports.
I just feel like in places, as an ally, in places where there's no understanding, we can just respect and not really, like, our opinions don't fucking matter.
Eli, I saw you nodding your head over there.
Several times. This is more than about sports. This is about free and equal participation for transgender people in social life. And the right sees this as a socially acceptable way to begin to remove trans people from different engagements in our society. So it does just start with sports or bathrooms or locker rooms, something that they find is more acceptable. And then at this point, they start to move into education, getting trans teachers fired, banning trans books. This is a route that is very effective because it's seen as more acceptable. But it's also overlooking a lot of major details. Like, I mean, do y'all know how many trans women have won national titles?
One too many.
One. It's Leah Thomas is the only one.
Too many.
If
Too many?
if women's sports were actually going to end in some way, I mean,
I don't get that either. One too many? One too many? What? It's ridiculous of saying that. Like, why would you say that?
it's just not happening. Wouldn't you think there would be more trans women in sports when the majority of states do allow trans women full participation? International titles, 0. No global titles have ever been won by a trans woman.
I want to move on to a different topic. I want to talk about MeToo and sort of this social...
But, again, like I said, it is still possible. Yes, it hasn't happened yet, but it is still possible.
...that we've lived through, we're living through right now. What is the state of feminism sort of in this post-MeToo era?
We're in post-MeToo?
All right.
Tell me.
Sorry, I got distracted by the MeToo part. So I was like, we're post-MeToo? Wow, like, no one's getting, like, sexually harassed anymore. We did it, guys. We solved the problem. We want that world. No, I think, obviously, the state of feminism is very much reflected right in this room. But Me Too, for me, right, in a particular context, means something for different people. It's a different experience for different people. In my culture and in my community, we're still working through that. There is no post-Me Too, right? We're still working through how do we have these tough conversations? How do we teach not just, you know, women, but everyone about consent? What does consent look like? What does that look like in our community? What does that not look like? Right? All those things that I think it's still very complicated. But I think it starts at the level of community, right? Of like, how do we have these conversations around consent?
Sydney, I saw your hand up.
So when the Me Too thing was unfolding, I was initially like, great, I love the idea of women being able to speak out. What's been really disappointing, I suppose, for me, post-Me Too, as we're calling it, is that, and especially as someone who's sort of on the right wing of politics, I think that a lot of the experiences of women on the right get a bit trivialized because there is a lot of politicizing of sexual assault. So when something legitimately happens on our side of the table and someone tries to speak up about it, there's almost an automatic disbelief. And I understand why. It's because of the believe all women type of stuff that came out of the Me Too movement, that a lot of us were like, wait a minute, no, people do use these situations for gain, people do make things up, people do lie. But it is sad to watch it happen. It makes me sad that we're here.
Jordan?
I feel like there'll never be a post-Me Too because at the heart of it, Me Too is just a phrase. The spirit of what Me Too represented will always be relevant, and that is that you are empowering individual women to advocate for themselves and speak out when they feel like they're being wrong. Ideally, you're just trying to be the most transparent and self-accountable person you can be. And you need to hit all of those fronts, if you want it to last on a cultural level.
How about beauty standards? We talked a little bit about this got brought up at the beginning. How does that tie into femininity?
Sorry, I'm very into this idea because I do think it is one of the larger intersections that just doesn't get very discussed, which is, like I was talking about before, barriers and friction are placed up around bodies. And the fatter I get, the older I get, the less people will listen to me, the less value I will have for society. So, I'm already starting out as a woman with no legs. If I had something on my face, I have my beauty. That's one of my privileges. I have my whiteness. That's one of my privileges. I used to have thinness, and now I'm getting fatter. Things are changing. And I think every single time that we talk about feminism, pretty privilege should be discussed because we have these ideas. If your skin tone is this, if your hair is this, if your body looks like that, it's about whether or not you are given an equal opportunity based on what you look like.
I think a lot of times the women that complain about beauty standards don't complain about them when they got privilege, when they were young and attractive and thin. So it's like, yeah, you're complaining when the privilege is gone, but privilege is invisible to those who have it. And women, it's a privilege. And men don't turn 18 and get looks that we get.
As a Black woman, one of the most integral parts of the beauty conversation has been colorism. I'm a dark-skinned Black woman, proud of it, and proud of being myself. For the most part, I did not.
The higher percentage in the beauty industry, just people just like to put makeup on, doing makeup. The percentage is more on people of color than whites. This is what it is. Like, straight up, people of color wear makeup, like to do makeup more than the percentage that is for white people. That's just what it is. It's just what it is.
Why am I going to cry about this? I did not grow up thinking I was beautiful because I was that. And I think in the black space, we have these conversations, but I think I'm glad I bring it up because I think feminists actually really should be part of the colorism topic, because colorism is not just shades within being Black. It's shades because the beauty standard is the closer to whiteness you are, the more beautiful you are. I think it's something that if more people in different shades, particularly white women, because of knowing that standard,
that is true. I know this Black girl. Well, I know two Black girls. I don't speak to them. I didn't really speak to him like that in the beginning, but I know these two Black girls. I don't remember the names. Even if I did, I wouldn't even say it right here on camera. But there's these Black girls that will use a real light foundation and a lot of light setting powder on their face because they wasn't comfortable of their skin tone. And that was crazy. That was crazy. I was like, why are you doing that? Like, why? What is the need for? And then I seen some others on like social media on YouTube that their videos got posted up and stuff.
Together on that, then we have a lot, I think, something we can unify on, but also something that we can make strides in right now that I'm just not seeing. And it's only, again, that's why people feel like you have to be a black feminist, because it's a topic that only really black feminists are talking about, because it deals with being black.
How do beauty standards make you feel, Morris?
I mean, kind of.
The thing is with makeup, I love makeup. I really, really do. Like, literally, I spend so much money on makeup. Like it's ridiculous. Like, it's like, how come you're not doing makeup videos? You know, how come you're not pushing a little bit more on the contour? No, I mean on the beauty side on YouTube. I don't know. I don't know why I don't. I really want to. I don't know. I really don't know why. But I really like makeup. I really do.
What you're saying, Antonia, as a black Latina woman in my community, right? Like, I grew up and I was ugly, right? Like, that's what I was considered. I was not considered beautiful. Feeling ugly, but also being told I was, right, had a lot to do with what is believed in my community, right? Colorism is one of them. And so to say, I'm going to redefine beauty for myself, and to say I own myself and I get to decide what's beautiful, right? And I get to decide what I want to wear and how I want to wear it. And I don't need to, right? It's almost a repelling, right? Like, I'm like, no, you know what? I am beautiful. I'm going to do what I want to do, and I'm going to feel myself, because if no one else is going to feel me, it's on me to feel me too.
I gotta say though, I did grow up being referred to as very beautiful for a woman with a disability. And that to me always fed this idea that disability doesn't mean beautiful. I am in some form of exceptionalism, which I then had to keep up with forever. Okay. So it's like, I got this thought as I started to age, like, you can have no legs, but you better not fucking get fat. And so this idea that, like, there are certain people who are beautiful and certain people who aren't, and that inherently holds value is, I think, you know, find it in yourself, yes. And
Jordan?
Beauty standards are toxic bullshit hierarchical nonsense. And I say that as someone who has spent over a year collectively of my life in eating disorder institutions, because I have tried to put my body through hellish things to meet these beauty standards, which more often than not are not based in reality. They're typically trends.
You know what? Makeup is not like, I don't know, I have like my ways with makeup. It's like, yes, you do look beautiful, but it's just makeup. Like, your authentic skin, look, this natural beauty is more beautiful. I just like makeup. I just really do. I just really like makeup. That's just it. You know, you do get a little boost of beauty putting makeup on, but the real beauty is natural look. So yeah.
Created to push things. They're extremely useful for marketing, but they don't serve anyone's health. They don't serve anyone's self-esteem. They only act to try and tell us that there's a allegedly right way to have a body, and if you don't occupy that space and have that body, then you're a piece of shit, which is absolute nonsense. And there are way too many women and men in the world who end up doing terrible things to themselves because they fall into this trap of thinking that you have to be this way. And if you aren't this way, then there's something inherently wrong at your core, which is nonsense. You're perfect the way you are. That's literally the core of it. You are perfect the way you are. And anyone who tries to tell you otherwise is feeding into this industry and is just, they're not your friend or looking out for you.
Layla?
Right,
Oh, yeah,
right.
I was going to say, yeah, beauty in the industry is exploitative, but also we have to remember a lot of the beauty standards are based around health, what's perceived as health, like symmetry, certain weights, things like that. So there is that side where we have to balance it, and I think we're seeing so much more representation, which I think is incredibly important.
Well, I just think that, like, if women really cared about beauty standards, like the obesity rate wouldn't be what it is. Let's try and maintain the beauty standards. I just think like some people are more attractive, some people are less attractive, and that's just, where would I rate myself 1 to 10?
Or we're not rating, it's okay.
That's what I mean. Like I just think like some people are more attractive.
So if you are overweight, you don't care about beauty standards.
Well,
is that right?
Like the point is that the beauty standard is thin, right?
Your standard?
But obesity comes from men and women, though.
Yeah, you're right. That's true. But I'm saying if women really wanted to fit the beauty standard, they would be thin.
I just, from my experience as well, growing up again.
That is crazy what she just said. Beauty standard fits in thin. That's not good. That is not good. I don't agree with that. Maybe like a couple of decades ago, I don't know how long of that, but I'm just saying, like, as of today, no, I don't see that at all.
Mostly white neighborhood but I was always comparing myself to literally other people who have a different body type, but I was considered other or to something because it didn't conform to that body type. When that same body type became popular with Kim Kardashian, the Kardashians, who are different, right, than me, let's just say, are different skin color, right? And there's a lot of animosity, and a lot of, black communities of the fact that when it was on black skin, it was an issue, but when it was Kim Kardashian and the Kardashians, it was $1 billion business.
Yep. Our time together has almost come to an end. We sort of started talking about feminism, big picture, but we're going to try again. Is feminism dead?
I think feminism is alive, and I'm thankful to be a participant and believer of it.
I would say, as far as the West goes, I think that feminism has been cannibalized by other movements like leftism, like transgenderism.
So I think feminism is very much alive and well. I think it takes different forms depending on who you're talking to, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. And as I've defined in the beginning, for me, I use it as a lens. So I don't think I'll ever stop having it in my arsenal, if you will. It makes for a good vice panel.
Okay, we're done.
Honestly, it's already at the end, but when you come in this world and this aspect of life, about feminism, you really have to come in with the right mindset. The right mindset on how to go upon with things. That's just what it is. And
I appreciate everybody taking the time. I know this is, it got a little heated at times, but thank you all for coming.
Yes, that's the end. That's the end right there. So, you guys, you just gotta come in with the right mindset and how to go upon with things in that nature. That's just it. To feel and believe who you are as a human being. And so yeah, that's it right there. So you guys, that's the end of this video on TERFs versus feminist debates. If you guys have anything you guys want to say about this video I reacted to or we reacted to, yes, just put it down in the comment sections down below on your opinions and how you feel about it and what you want to say about it. Yes, and for my loyal subscribers and my new subscribers, stay tuned for our next videos that I have coming up very, very, very soon for you guys. Yes. And if you guys have any suggestions on what next content videos I should do for you guys, just put it down in the comment sections down below. Yes, and for the new people that came across this video and seen this video and you clicked on it, you was like, what? TERFs versus feminist debates? Let me see about this reaction video. Hold on, let me see this. and you guys like this video and you guys think this video is very interesting, you guys would like to see some more videos like this or many other videos you would like to see me do in the Frenchie's world, yes, me Frenchie in the Frenchie's world, well, please go down below and like, share, comment, and subscribe, and click that notification bell button so you guys can be notified at any given time whenever I upload a video to my channel. Peace.